#1 producer. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Go masturbate. Bitch so wild, she masturbating with the iPhone and a pussy. RCA records say your pussy is real gushy. All the female rappers need to put on a G-string and sign with me. I'm Clive Davy, fuck you in your ass, baby. Tell the other girls how you came. I'm LL with the Kango, your girl sucking my dick with the JBC. Nightline with Dan Rather, I wear pajamas to ABC. Check cut by a company for porn called ADP. I'm so good my pubic hair can meet your weave. A top model, her titties with football knee pads.
You got the alternative girls, you know, they like to go to, you know, the rock concerts and you know, they're more open-minded. And then you got the materialistic girl.
Okay.
You know, they might be into clothing.
Okay.
And certain artists. But you don't really hear no, you know, they don't got no variety sometimes. Their mind is set in like, you know, like I could say urban woman, right? Like her variety is like you know, like I don't know if I should be saying this. I mean, all right, black girls, white girls.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Like you know, like a white girl, she'll go to like, you know, she'll go to all kinds of things. She'll go see like, you know, rock bands perform.
Okay.
And then she might go to an Usher concert. And then she might go see a hockey game. But she might go see a football game. She might go to a college basketball game. You know, whereas I think the black women are more like, they got like a one-track mind. They just go to a basketball game.
Okay.
And then they just go to like you know, they'll go to like, you know, like a trendy concert or something. Like, you know, like.
Okay, so like.
It's more like a concert where they can, you know, seem like they can gain from. Like they'll go see like a singer or something. You know, like it's more than enjoying the concert. It's more about what I can get after this artist get off stage.
Looking to get backstage. It ain't more or less I'm into the artist. I'm more into, okay, I done seen them. I'm here for that, but what I'm really here for
I done seen them, but what I'm gonna get out of this. I mean, I seen them perform. You know, like a white chick, you know, she'll see the performance and break out, but a black girl's still like, you know, I'm gonna get him to spend some money. I gotta get this bag. Okay. I mean, I know he did a good show, but I wanna do something after this. You know, which is cool, but it's like it's just so common in that it's so common in their you know in their demographic.
So they ain't really like, you know, they for the come up. They look at they angle is, I'm here for the show. He a nice performer, but I'm here for the come up. Now I got the social media. If I could take my picture with XYZ artists and, you know, and be seen with them a couple of places around town, then that helps my come up.
It's like you know, it's like, you know, they don't go to something to enjoy it. They go and look for something from it.
Okay, more like commerce.
Yeah, they looking for something from it. You know.
Okay.
You know, even when they going to the to the basketball game, they don't know none of the players at all. They don't know if they, you know, you might be sitting next to a girl, she be like, you'd be at a Laker game, and she'd be like, how many touchdowns they scored? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, this is basketball. This shit went to the roof. Like, you just hear, but you don't even know why they running up and down the court. You know,
right?
So it gets a lot like that too. You be like, okay, you know, you just here, like you just
Know
here,
nothing
really.
about the
Like
game. You just here because
you know nothing about the game. You don't know no players at all. You just there. Plus, you know, you just there and you texting on the phone at the same time. You missing
mhm.
all kinds of dunks left and right. But you know, you only time you might put your head up and you hear, you know, they say on the loudspeaker, such and such check back in. You look up real quick from your phone. You know, like you know, your mind is not nowhere near the game at all.
Right. And so with these type of women, you got like say somebody take them to these games. What kind of levels of maintenance does it take for like say a gold digger?
Well, I mean, I experienced a lot in my career,
Hmm.
like traveling around the world. It's like
Okay.
a lot of them girls, you know, it's funny. These girls have like, you know, they'll have the Manola bag and the
Hmm.
matching shoes and
Okay.
a fur coat on and their hair done and
Hmm.
you know all their baby hair laid down nice and
Uh-huh.
everything and their eyes just immaculate with the best L'Oreal on it, laid on it, and bags and everything, and the
Hmm.
mink coat trimmed with the elephant mink, and then you know, and they hop out of a, you know, they be driving a
Hmm.
little what. About 300, you know, 500 bins or something. Somebody
Okay.
got it. They got it from somebody. Or they driving a G wagon. But then, you know, they go to dinner. Then you be talking. They be having like real high demands and
Okay.
all that, and you be looking at them like, well, okay, this is so much, and they be
Hmm.
like, oh, I need this, and I don't eat that, and I don't eat this, and I make sure you put extra salt and take this back and keep this and take that back, and I don't like the way this came out, and this wasn't the way my cupcake should be made, and this,
Okay.
you know, my steak came back a little too, it was a little too not done. Can you take this back? And I don't like my macaroni this way.
So they don't ruin the
But you know
moment.
what I found out, though? You know
Uh-huh.
what I really found out?
What's that?
Like after all that,
Uh-huh.
it's like too good to be true. Like
Ah.
they'll be like, you'll be like when you go to their crib, their
Uh-huh.
house don't look nothing like the action they talking about. Like their
Okay.
house don't look like nothing like the out, you know, the exterior part of them.
Mm.
Then when you get ready to have sex,
Okay.
you bone, you be like, damn, this shit be smelling bad. You be like, all this shit and your shit smell like this. Like you got like a lot of high demands, but
Hmm.
there's one thing you didn't concentrate was your pussy. Like you didn't clean it. Like
The
you did not
hygiene.
take care of nothing. Like it's just that you know they be so much into their hair and their eyes
Uh-huh.
to like you know they'll show you all kinds of. They'll show you all kinds of clips of them online doing
Hmm.
their hair, you
Right.
know, putting in different eye makeup and stuff, and you
Doing the
know, showing you
fingernails.
how they get nails. But you'll never see no Massengill or Summer Eve. Well, I'm in here about ready to clean my shit right now. You don't never see none of that shit. Like they don't believe in that. But you know, I know that was true, and
Huh.
it wasn't like it
Hmm.
wasn't one time.
Okay. Okay.
I tend to take it as I thought it was like maybe that was a bad day or something for that
Uh-huh.
person, but
Okay.
there was a lot of people. Like it's like more than one that do that. Like it's a lot
Hmm.
that do that. You know, they walk up in them hotels and
Okay.
see them NBA players and stuff, and they
Hmm.
really. I've been around people,
Okay.
and I had girls back in California and stuff,
Hmm.
but I witnessed it happened again,
so
and then it happened again,
so it just ain't a one time thing. It ain't like a fluke.
and it happened again, and it happened again, and I was like, hold up, this shit is this a pandemic? So I was like, that's why you see a lot of ball players, right?
Mm-hmm.
They be with their high school girlfriend or
Okay.
their girlfriend they knew since high school,
Mm-hmm.
even like myself or something.
Okay.
It's like once you venture off, see a lot of these new guys or new singers and rappers,
Mm-hmm.
they getting the introduction of that shit, and they never had, all of them, ball players.
Uh-huh.
They never had them fly girls in their life.
Right. They had access to
So
that at first.
yeah, so when you always went, you had the little country girls you grew up with that looked
Mm-hmm.
regular, and you'd be like, well, I can't wait to get to the limelight part of my life. And then you start getting to like you said, all them chicks that got the long hair and all that shit.
Right.
And, like the reality show chicks and,
Mm-hmm.
girls all over with the long hair, the reality show.
Right.
And you start getting a taste of the life, but you be like, it ain't really what it is, because it's like, after you start realizing, like, their personal life is just not all there. Like, you be like, this bitch don't have the right smell, like, for a fly demanding woman.
Right.
And then
Okay.
that's why when you start, then when you find like a nice one, like that be clean, like a nice one, like my girl, you don't smell nothing at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a girl that take care of herself. When you mess with a grown woman,
Mm.
like what's that senator in Washington? What was her name? That light skinned lady? I forgot her name.
The one they call AOC.
Yeah.
What is her
She
name?
like a red bone woman.
Yeah, AOC. I forget her real name, but they just call her AOC now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like you gotta get like a mature woman that take care of herself bodily.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of people, it's like you said, a lot of these girls, they
Her name,
so much into the
Alexandra
drama.
Cortez.
I think it is the senator, the Washington. She was the senator.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get like a grown woman or something like, that know that stuff. Like, was it brought up by grown women? See, they used to really hop into parties and go into clubs every night and, bouncing all over these towns, hot cities, like Atlanta and going to Club Live in Florida and all these places all over LA.
Right.
But they, these girls really be in their cars. They might drive a fly ride, but they keep like baby wipes in the back seat.
Mm.
And they go in the bathroom
Uh-huh.
and just clean up with baby wipes. And then what they do is keep their like dresses in the trunk so they could be ready for clubs. Because I was in LA, I seen girls doing that. I'm like, bitch, you ain't gonna take no shower? I'm like, I'm out. I got fresh cologne on. I took a shower. I'm like, I was bouncing around clubs with girls.
Mm-hmm.
They just wash baby. They go in a bathroom like a regular nigga and just use a baby wipe and wipe off a few arms and a few hands, and they put on a new dress.
Just
I'm like, hold up.
At the trunk of the car.
Huh?
At the trunk of the car.
Out the trunk. Out the fucking trunk. So I'm like, I seen this shit. I mean, they got high heels tucked under the seat.
Okay.
A dress under the tire. And they put that shit on and go to the club. Like, they keep it ready for, say if you go to the club and they say you got to have shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You could think they're going all the way back home. They just go.
Reach under the seat of the car.
They just go to the they just go to the
the trunk or underneath the seat.
Yeah, under the seat to the car, just to get something, like just to get products and stuff to put on for the next club. I'm like, that ain't a good way for a woman to live. Like,
shit, nobody.
And like you said, but they so much, like you said, they so much into them hairstyles and what my hair look like, but they're not caring about their body, like, and stuff. They're not caring about buying them getting they proper, even like escorts. I mean, even the escorts, like girls that be going around being an escort,
Right.
is bad because they going around places like trying to be an escort, but you going up to rooms and stuff like that. That's why I've been stopped there. I mean, it was cool years ago when guys was talking to them call girls, and a lot of pimps had them girls, but
Okay.
a lot of guys, had escorts when they used to go to cities and meet an escort, but that shit ain't even fun no more because the girl ain't even really take a proper bath, and like you said, ain't nothing, don't nothing match that escort world.
So they don't
Like you got a girl, you got your coconut Ciroc, and you got your your cherry incense, and you got on your nice cologne, your angel cologne, and your you got on your Moussan, whatever, your Chanel, and then you meet somebody that just smell like a fish market.
So they done lowered the bar in his day. The bar has been lowered. It seems like the bar has been lowered on a lot of things. They lower the bar. Anybody could be an escort now. You have a Instagram, you could be an escort.
Well, I think what I thought was too that a lot of them girls did that on purpose, like to get their body to be smelling like that, so they don't have to deal with the client. Like you got them white men, they'll be like, "Well, I'm not going to finish this job. Here, take the money, like so they can go on to the next person." Like you said, and they be coming over like they already smelled like they had sex before. It's like and it's crazy. Like you saying they be having like, it's funny too, a lot of them girls be having unprotected sex. They be having, like you said, their body be having a funny PhD on it, and you be like, that's why sometimes when people find a regular girlfriend, they just be like, I'm chilling, because after you get a certain, when you get a certain time and put in all that work and time, you don't want to deal with that no more. Like, you rather be like, fuck that. Like, you want a girl that can be like, well, my girl can sit on my face. My girl can do everything. My girl can do all positions. I ain't gonna have to never wear a gas mask. I'm not gonna never wear a gas mask.
Chemical suit and
yeah, chemical suit and all that. A lot of these niggas is having nightmares. You know it's bad too. A lot of these dudes are so happy that they don't want to say nothing about it. Like, a nigga never really tell you, like, you having conversations with your boy, they be like, they'll never come out and say like, everything is perfect with them. Like, oh yeah, man, she's perfect. Yeah, man, everything's good. I got that. But niggas don't know when to tell you them nightmare stories, like when she took her wig off, or like, she ain't never take a bath when I was at her crib, or she ain't never do stuff, or she was ranking there. I tried, like, they don't never tell you. They like too proud to tell you them stories, but
is perfect.
Yeah, ball players in basketball and baseball and football, they all could probably tell you stories, but they so proud that the girl. A lot of these dudes are so proud that the girl is pretty, but they just can't really realize it, and they be like, the girls be really kind of more confident, be like, well, I don't even care. I can get away with it because I'm pretty enough. I'm the prettiest you're gonna get.
Right. Now, you pick
you
the prettiest one in the club. You have to
take all this that come with it. Huh?
Like, you pick the prettiest one in the club, so you don't want to take that loss and tell them like, yeah, I picked a pretty one, but she was not so pretty. Once we
Nah, I mean, I had to learn
the ego.
No, I really learned the hard. I learned the hard way. I was like thinking like everything, everything gorgeous, everything drop dead gorgeous is super 100%. But then,
so I
noticed too. You go to those festivals. You go to those festivals.
Okay.
And like you go to them rock festivals like Glasgow, and you see like, them girls be at them little festivals, you think it's bad as rock bands, as dirt, and everything out there, and you be like, oh, they must be living in the woods doing these concerts, and they sleeping in tents, waiting for all the bands to perform the next day. them girls be clean.
Mm. More so than
Like I'm looking at it like no, oh, they girls be going to like Woodstock and all that. They be clean, but you be wondering, okay, you got two different genres. You got okay, girls that go to Woodstock, and then you got these chicks who be on, you know, they got to be at the main event. They got all this stuff on, like you said. They got all this stuff, bag matching, nails long, you know, nails all done with diamonds on them and everything, and then you try to logically weigh it out, and it don't match. You know what I'm saying?
The image and then the reality, the
Um.
the picture in your
What?
head. You know, like you see this, but then it's like the reality set in is that you could go to this, like you say, to the festival, and you got these women taking care of themselves, but then you go to like the baller clubs, and then you have the women who aren't taking care of themselves. You know, the glamour ones with all the high name
The
fashion.
glamour ones is, huh?
Well, the glamour ones with the high fashion on, they ain't even taking care of themselves, and they looking down on the ones who in a festival, on a farm.
Oh yeah, the ones that the chick laying at the concert on the grass, you know, with a little picnic basket, eating some like natural strawberries or something. That's too low tech, but you know, the ones hopping out of, you know, a Rolls Royce Cullinan going into a spot, you know, you'd be like, you wouldn't expect that. Like you think everything is perfected, but then, like you said, it's just it's a catch to it, though. You'd be like, wow, I knew it was something. Like it's just like it's too good to be true. Like something, and it happened to me. It's happened to me. It's happened to me in my past in music and everything. I've had the most drop dead gorgeous shit, and you'd be like, okay, this is dope. Nails, shoes, and car they have is fly, and everything is all right. The keychain got fur on it, and everything. Their hair's done, and everything, and then you be like, "Damn, this shit is crazy!" Like,
so
wow.
You get to the house, and then you
get to the house, you put your coconut Ciroc out, and then you try to take a couple pumps from the back, and you be like, "What the fuck?" This.
So how do you get out of that situation, Keith?
Then when you stop, right? Check it out. When you stop, they looking at you like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? You good? You all right?" You be wanting to say, "Yo, I'm good," but you be just.
So how you get
but
out
they
of
be
that?
looking at they look at you more like, something wrong? What's good? You all right? What's up? Why you stop? I'd be like,
right?
why stop, motherfucker? Like, why did I stop? Like,
why did I even start?
Why did I start? I'm like, what the?
So
how do you
how do you get out of that?
Like, yeah, how did I start? I was like, man, it's just crazy. You be like, man, it's like they give you a look too, like, you gonna continue? What's good? You all right? You be like, continue. I'm about to go make some sandwiches in the kitchen now. Like, this is the first impression and the last. And you start making up all kinds of shit. Like, I think I gotta go to I'm gonna go. I got a meeting in an hour. I forgot. I think I got a meeting. I gotta go pick up something. I forgot. I just. And that shit just, it burns down your whole scenario of everything. Like, you have instance, coconut Ciroc, I don't give a fuck, you got champagne, all that shit. Hey, I don't care if you got all the paraphernalia around, or you got dope sprays, you got your house, you could be wearing your dope pajamas with your favorite perfume. But once that shit get in, like, ain't nothing can mess up a party for some stinky pussy.
So
nothing worse. Huh?
That's you're right. You're absolutely right.
Like you open up a can of sardines. That's why I hate people to eat them shits around me. Like,
sardines?
That shit reminds me of that shit so much. Like, That's why a lot of dudes be just chill out with they right when you do find your regular girlfriend, you be like it's worth it. Like you be like, fuck it, you be with a girl. Like, but these dudes now, they calling themselves players, but you know I did a lot of that shit before these motherfuckers because when I was in LA, I had all kinds of porn stars at my crib. They was chilling, but I didn't necessarily have to do something with them. I just had friends that had champagne and all was at my crib. All of just different people. I had friends, all of in the '80s porn stars and '90s. You might maybe like the '90s porn, like '90s. But I was just saying, me. I was used to it. I was taking pictures and doing modeling, but that shit was like, but you do learn that there's some cool that take care of themselves. Like, you know what it is too? The unpredictable girl, like the girl that everybody might pass and look over.
Okay.
That'd be the girl that be clean. Like the girl, like, the girl that you might see with the little Peabody glasses on, like the girl with the little specs, like a little teacher, be like the clean person, and you be like, but the one sitting up with the big Versace shades on and all that, and the mink coat around her neck, it's just that's the ones I'm saying.
Yeah, so you done.
But you could tell too, and you know what it is too. It's the person that run their mouth a lot. The ones that be like, with the high demand mouth, those be the first. Those be the first.
Okay.
Like the ones like, I need this and I need that and this ain't going this way and I need, like, that's the ones. But that shit is crazy.
You got to cater to me, and you got to cater to me in this way, or else I'm gonna display my bad attitude.
But it's funny too. A lot of the guys now, like the new kids and stuff, they think that's the way it's supposed to be. They think like the girls supposed to smell like that too. Like even the new young girls coming up, the new little rappers, they don't know about cleaning the bathroom themselves. They don't know. They just niggas getting that young. A lot of these dudes getting that young tuna fish. Like it's like different phases you go through. You getting that young tuna fish. And you don't know better. You don't even know clean pussy
you don't even care because
you
go from a situation where you ain't getting none, and then you go to a situation where it's thrown at you.
They getting that, and then they getting then you go older. You still, like the ball players, they getting a lot of that. That ranking sardines because them chicks been all around. They've been all around. So the only thing you you're gonna get somebody. When you start selling your, like girls be talking about selling, it's not so much you can sell your pussy without it starting to get older.
So so in that sense that
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as they selling this ass, right? Is that a good thing?
I don't know. Like you said, you selling. It's like you selling. It's like when you selling. It's like really, you is not natural no more. Like your body turns into like a robot for sex because, I know too. A lot of them girls too. They need lube. They gotta keep putting lube in. They got a bag full of lube. They walk around with a bag of lube because they really dry from having so much sex, like selling sex around them to everybody in the, the NFL and the NBA, and you're selling sex. So your body you gotta put a fake lube in your bag. You gotta keep lube in your bag, and you'd be surprised. A lot of them girls don't even have. It's funny. They didn't dry their whole system out doing that shit.
So they don't even know.
She comes see you in the room. She gotta put lube on her front. Like, hold on, let me get some lube. like you don't even have your natural wetness no more. Bitch. You're not even wet.
You
gotta carry a big. Yeah, you gotta have a big ass, giant gallon of lube in your pocketbook because you ain't even got lube no more. That's when you wore, like you said, you wore your sensitivities out. You wore all your sensitivities out. When I start seeing chicks like that, I start like, getting those kind of numbers out my phone. Like, bitch,
Yeah.
like, you know, you start looking at X, you go down the list. Oh, needs lube. Oh, bad pussy smell all the time. X out my phone. You start Xing that shit out your phone. What it is, a lot of these motherfuckers didn't do any homework.
Mm-hmm.
They just happy to get somebody every night. But you be like, that shit is mandatory. That's why people start, you know, they end up like once they find a girl, it's like a jackpot. You find a bitch with that don't need none of that shit and don't, you know, like you can have sex for 5 hours and you don't smell nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and then some of these is just like from the gate is just like
Yeah,
the
from the
market.
gate. Yeah,
You know.
yeah. The market. You know, like you said, you can tell anytime somebody. That's one thing. You be with a girl, somebody come in the room, they couldn't even tell if I was there.
Okay.
They couldn't even tell me and the girl was there. But you got other people, you be like, who the fuck was here?
Right.
You know?
Right. And you know, it's like,
Like,
who
who got this room like this?
what animal was in here?
Yeah, who got this? Like you said, it's people. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people going in professional establishments. There's girls going up into like buildings and stuff like that. Like girls going up into buildings and all kinds of things and going doing escorts and going places with people and going to see professional people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, what is it? Is it a thing of low self-esteem, or
It ain't low self-esteem. It's actually learning. They're not learning like it seemed like they was when they was little. They didn't learn like you said. Once it starts from when they was young. Like that's why it's good to teach your kids. I teach my daughters the same thing. It's about learning.
okay?
They're not learning properly.
So they done missed
You know
a
what
step
I'm saying?
somewhere.
Yeah, they're not learning that stuff in general. You know, they're not learning that stuff at all. That's what you're going through. People that don't learn that stuff.
So
You know,
with the internet now, though, you know, you get a whole lot more chances to get some miseducation, right? To learn some nonsense. You know, listen to the people on the
yeah.
internet. You know, you have this. You know, everybody has an opinion. They have a theory. So you could mess around and get some misinformation about taking care of yourself from
Well,
somebody who don't take care of themselves.
I thought they do it intentional because, like you said, they might don't want the person to be, involved and
So
shit.
instead
Like,
of just telling them like, you know, I'm not feeling you.
when I really, it was cool back in the days. You might try something. You might try something different with a girl and do something. You might try something totally different. You'd be like, well, this girl, like, I remember in California one time, girls would try to have sex on a period. They would put keep the little tampon way up inside, but you'd be like, when you have sex, you put a condom, you could feel it. You like, hold up, it's something. You put some shit up there, and you like. So that's when I knew bitches was still kind of cold. Like they would still try to have sex like that. Like you got a lot of call girls that still go out and try to do that, and that's really wrong too.
Wow.
That's really wrong too.
Yeah, that's over the edge though. You know, that's
I say like you said, I said that game, like I don't even know what they should call somebody a trick. That game is really like kind of bad. That game went down because even if you was a pimp, you're supposed to have your girls clean at least.
Right.
Like I don't care if you're a madam or whatever, but you don't send bitches out like just ranking to niggas' rooms and all that. I don't give a fuck you sending bitches to see football niggas. You sending bitches to the NFL players' rooms, and you should have like, you should have better sense than that. And what these motherfuckers is doing, sending bitches out, with tampons and Tampax all in their shit and bloody pads and, like you said, unhygiene, and
So
pussy stink and bad odors and all that. You sending that shit up to people's rooms, and not me per se. I'm
right,
seeing
right,
that
right, right.
that
But it's
kind of operation.
just how people
You
getting down.
can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. That's why people be, a lot of people be dissatisfied with they be dissatisfied with the pleasure. They be like, you know what? That's why you get a lot of niggas ain't paying the bitch. You find bitches on dead on the side of the road. It's not per se a person that goes through that sometimes can just walk away. Like they'd be like, oh, I'm getting ready to go downstairs and get me some wine and buy me some French fries and a T-bone steak. This bitch upstairs was whack. I'm leaving. But another guy, he might take that person and strangle the bitch.
Yeah, yeah, because you done spent your hard-earned money.
Yeah. So that's why you be hearing all kinds of shit. That's why I don't fuck with it like that. Because if you doing like bad service and you sending like product out to somebody, I pull my own girls. I don't really need. See, a lot of these niggas too. They needed records to pull these girls. They needed whatever fame they had. They needed if they was an athlete, a star, if they was a ball player, if they was a basketball player, if they was a rapper, if they was. I never pulled no girls for no records.
No,
I used to be in clubs and I used to pull girls in clubs and I didn't even say who I was. And I go to a regular nightclub. I just had my own presentation was just myself. Like I never go out to clubs. Like I ain't never bring I ain't have to bring my record in my hand or keep a magazine in my back pocket.
Right.
A lot of these niggas, they gotta stand in front after the club closed. They gotta stand in front of their car. They gotta make sure the bitch see I'm standing in front of the Porsche and all that. All that corny shit. I never had to do all that. Like, even with jewelry, I never had to do none of that shit. I just was more myself. So these dudes, they running into a lot of that shit. They going to hotels and, one night stands. And then I noticed too, a lot of chicks, it's funny, like, you would notice, like, if you could run a hotel late at night, you would see some shit. You would see a lot of chicks and you would see, like, all kinds of combinations. Like, you would see, like, all kinds of shit. You'll be like, man, you going in a hotel with that? You taking this in the room? Like 1 o'clock at night? Motherfuckers got them, them Rolls Royces with tinted windows and everybody got dark tints on their Cadillac Escalades and all that. You be surprised who motherfuckers be taking somewhere. You need a show, you need a show like that. Like, guess who's in that? Guess who's in your truck? Like, niggas be taking, motherfuckers be, motherfuckers both, be desperate.
Yeah.
Niggas be taking some desperate shit, like, desperate shit up to a room. Like, you be like, man, you couldn't wait till the next day. Like, like shit, you be like, and that's another thing too, it ain't about, like, as time went by, you was always into, like, it's funny, when you were younger, you had your, like, little slim girlfriend in junior high school.
Right.
And then you was, like, used to your slim girlfriend. And then as time go by, you had your slim girlfriend. Then you go to high school, 9th grade, you got your medium girlfriend. And then there's a time you start, being like everybody else. You want the big butt, 70-inch girl. Like, you think all that shit is the shit. Okay, you do that for 2 or 3 years. You smash them big giant girls like that be in magazines with the big giant ass. But I noticed too.
What's that?
That shit become a lot of work too. Like it's not like they do no work anyway. They just a big ass. Like it's like you just fucking a big buffalo every night. Like you got a buffalo and then you fuck, but it's like it's over excess.
No personality there.
Well, it's just over excess for you. Like, it's just you like
What else can you do
that.
with it?
It's just big. It's just big in the hot summertime. It's
Hmm.
just big. Like they get big and they want you to fuck them more big. You like, you be looking. Then I noticed too. After
Uh-huh.
what you start to notice too, a lot of people going back to like the slim girl, the nice
Okay.
slim one. But that shit is a time for that shit, and it's not time for it. But you go through it as a phase in your life. You like, yeah, the big 60-inch ass girl is in style now. The 50, but after a while, that shit play out too. When it get hot and it's 90 degrees, and you trying to sex with that big shit,
It
that
ain't no.
shit is crazy, man. You go outside, you be like, man, I played a full basketball game in the fucking bed. And you don't want to do that shit all the time. Like,
Yeah.
and they be looking, and then some of them be eating all big and getting fat, sitting up in, you know, IHOP and BB Kings and, BBQ ribs and all that. Then they want to, they try to find, that's what bugs me out when you see like a super, 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 super fat bitch pregnant. You
Hmm.
be like, somebody did this. Like somebody did this shit late at night because you like that, like you saying it's a desperate move. Like somebody
So
made a desperate move, huh?
so they done get desperate because they need to just be there with somebody.
Yeah. Well, some like you said, some people are desperate. They just like they be a one night stand. Like I'm gonna fuck this 600-pound horse for the night because I'm desperate. I ain't that desperate.
So
No, I
yeah.
get a I get a I get a magazine before that.
So
Shit.
it's about the quality and over the quantity though. People would like the quality. You have to have some quality over the quantity.
I noticed too. A lot of them big chicks
Hmm.
is like it's cool, but they but so flexible. Like it's too much complaining too. You have a complaining night. Like my leg hurt. I can't put it up that high. Oh no, hold up, my ankle. Hold up, put it back. Hold up, I gotta stand up. I got a cramp. Stop. Let's do it. And you be like, that was the same big bitch in the club with the jeans on.
Hmm.
Big body, nice, but you get the bitch home, the complaint
Is
is
overweight.
over complaint,
The
overweight complaint. Huh?
right. So the complaints, done ruined the whole mood. They overweight
Yeah,
the mission. They.
the complaints is like the complaints, and you really see the complaints they got. Like they can't, they so unflexible to it become complaint. You know, but they don't really get a lot of repeats. They don't really get a lot of sex because they complain and they home lonely. A lot of them got a dildo under the bed somewhere. They got one of the biggest cocks up under their pillow. So there's nothing they can do. They had a cock under the pillow. Like they keep it and they call you late at night and try to have a talk. They want to call
Right.
you so they can hear your voice.
Right.
And then they have a cock up under the pillow. Like
Then they could drift off to sleep after they done popped
yeah.
off.
A lot of this shit, a lot of these bitches out here is I'm telling you, a lot of these bitches out here is really masturbating.
Okay.
Masturbating to
Okay.
voices and pictures and looking at,
Yeah.
you know,
Text messages and whatnot.
text messaging, everybody text messaging they vagina over to somebody and all that shit. You gotta see that, like, but
They help them get drift off to sleep.
and it's a certain type of
Uh huh.
pussy I like. Like I like a girl that
Okay.
have like I like a girl that have like the folded lips.
The
Like a
folded
lips,
lips.
like nice lips. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, sometimes you meet fine bitches. They got that
Uh huh.
hamburger pussy. I don't really like that hamburger looking pussy. That shit look crazy.
What you
You
mean
ever
hamburger?
that hamburger pussy? You look like a burger, just like a like a McDonald's burger, like the real plain hamburger,
Just
like
flat
steak.
and flat, no contours and.
Yeah, no lips and nothing, no lips,
Okay.
no like flour to it. It's just hamburger split. A lot of fat chicks got that shit too. That shit is whack. You know, I mean, like,
But there's nothing they can do
no,
about that, right?
no lips, no lips, no lips at all. It's like a hamburger, just a hamburger. You know, like a little hamburger look. You know,
Right.
they got that hamburger pussy. So that's like, you know, ain't no lips to fold. Like some black women and some of the white girls got like that little nice little flower.
Okay. We got
You know,
the
the
lips,
fold.
then the clit at the top, and then it blooms
Yeah,
out like
yeah.
a.
Some people just got a ham, like a straight ass turkey burger or something. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah, yeah,
they,
yeah.
the
Shit.
steady pounding and and all of that is.
You know, it will never be. It's just I think it's the way. I think they do they got you know. But then again, you know, I can't. Maybe you know people prefer what they prefer,
Right,
but
right. Everybody got their own
yeah,
little taste and
yeah.
what they, what they look
Right.
for,
You know,
but
it's just that they, like you said, they gotta get in the lingerie. You know, as long as they wearing lingerie, like a lot of these bitches now, they online with dirty sweatpants on. You know, sitting there trying to.
leggings with the leggings and
Everybody got like sweatpants on. I
mhm.
mean, I see them sweatpants on like Mr. Clean commercials. You know, chicks be white girls be like, oh, I use Mr. Clean. They got sweatpants on, like, but everybody like don't gotta wear them shits like that. Like sweatpants is cool, but for some people they think it's sexy. You know,
Right.
the lingerie. You know, they don't want to put lingerie on. You
So
don't want to put no lingerie on.
so they don't make an investment no more. Like, and when because if you buy lingerie, that's an investment into your sexiness, right?
They don't buy lingerie. They don't want to buy lingerie no more. They don't. You know, they buying like 99 cent store underwear. And,
Well,
you
they just
know,
figure like I put on the leggings, that's good enough.
yeah, they just buying like some Walmart underwear and a top from Target. Like bitches is buying like a top from Target and a pair of panties from Walmart and expecting you to like really get really to try to draw on some lust. So I'm like, bitch, that shit is a top from Walmart and Target.
Spend a little
And,
money.
you ain't trying to, even chicks at home,
hmm
they look at strippers as a bad thing, but you should really be making clothes like a stripper at your house, like
Okay.
home. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, too, I know it's a lot of them chicks
hmm
who on Instagram who got the dope
Okay.
clothing, I mean, from Fashion Nova and stuff. They got like a lot of clothes,
hmm
outer clothes, but they don't got no night clothes, like no
Uh,
dope nightwear. Like they don't make
right.
no like they don't got nobody sewing them some fly shit that you never
hmm
seen. And
Right. Right.
they just they isolate themselves from the strippers, so they feel like they don't have to do that. But it's like the guy you go with is sneaking out to a strip club at night to go
hmm
see them girls in those exotic different outfits, but you think you home and you got him locked down in your mind. You like, this motherfucker loves me to death, but as soon as you go to sleep, he going out to a strip club. Like, I'm going to see girls with like, some outfits I never
Right.
saw, because every night I see your ass in like this Target shit and
uh-huh.
Walmart fucking pants. Like, you got Walmart shit on, like
And
your Walmart nightgown, and you expect me to stay in the house. So they go down to like all them clubs and all that shit. Or they online looking at somebody that got more something exotically
right.
made on.
And
You
it.
know. Then you got a lot of bitches who cheat. They want to wear
Hmm.
that cheap shit from the pawn shop that come in a
Okay.
pack. That shit be like
Yeah.
$7 lingerie come out the pack. You just put it on. That shit, you get no points for that shit. Like, you get no points for that shit.
You
Matter of fact, you almost getting disqualified. You get no points.
get no points with
So
it.
the point is, like, if you ain't making some shit,
Uh huh.
you know, if you ain't making no shit, I mean, Victoria's Secrets is the limited bottom. I'm a gold. They got some cool shit, but if you ain't making some dope lingerie, or ordering some shit like strippers, getting it made, that's fly. But other than you trying to wear like a 99-cent store fucking pair of underwear with the Walmart top to come to bed, I'm like, that shit is so lame.
Right, because when I was, when I started coming up, we always seen like, sometimes the Fredericks of Hollywood magazine would come in the mail, the catalog, and they had all that exotic wear for the women in there. And I'd be like, yeah, when I get my girlfriend, I want her to wear some of this stuff. The Fredericks of Hollywood, and all that Victoria's.
Well, it's funny too. It's another funny thing too is that you got bitches be like no older than 25. This is what I hate to hear. They be like, I don't wear no lingerie no more. I have my children. My days are over. I be like, bitch, you 25, bitch. You sound like a jerk.
Right.
Like you got like a lot of more time to wear lingerie. Like I don't wear no. You be hearing like the most youngest bitch sounding like an old lady, and you be like, I don't wear no lingerie no more. I had my 4 kids. And you start acting. You like, how old are you? I'm 24. You be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right, because this would be your prime, getting started wearing the freaky exotic wear.
Yeah.
Most you'll be at their point where you're the most open-minded to try new things.
Yeah. That shit is crazy, huh? They be like, it's funny how they be throwing in the towel so much at an early age. They making like an old complaint. You be like, that shit sounds stupid to me. Like,
shit. And then turn around
like a real old complaint.
Right.
Huh?
And then turn around and have some of these older women come out and outdo them.
See, that's the thing too. They be like acting like an old ass woman with a scarf on, and then the next door neighbor, she home, she about 49 years old.
Yeah.
She putting on a China wig, looking like she done cut it like nice China wig. She bought her a stripper's outfit. She in the house like trying to take a picture with her computer. The bitch look like she trying to be like a exotic dancer or something.
Yeah, she
like
worked out and and everything.
Yeah, but you got the bitch next door way younger than her. She going like, I don't wear that no more. Them days are over for me. I'd be hearing them say that. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right, shit. You just getting started. How the hell you ending it?
That's just crazy. Like
that's you ending it. You done gave up already.
No, that shit's so crazy. That's just so crazy. Like it's just time. All that shit is crazy. That they ain't doing nothing. But
wasting time.
Even shoes. They used to buy some shoes. I see a lot of the barefoot girls online. They need to buy some shoes. Like ain't nothing wrong with a nice pair of shoes. Like get some high heels, some pumps and boots, and put some shoes on.
Some stylish. They gotta come in leathers and suedes and all kind of materials now.
I like braids sometimes. I like the long hairs really. I like when they wear, they got the long hairs and the different exotic colors is nice. But like you said, they don't be wearing nothing with it though. They don't you gonna wear that shit, wear something sexy with it. But that's cool. But then like you said, it's one look I don't like. Like when everybody trying to do the natural looking afro and all that shit, like that don't really move me a lot. Like everybody trying to do the natural afro and everybody got like, everybody trying to look like everybody trying to look like a natural and like everybody trying to look like a natural nappy haired woman from Africa and all that. I don't really get off on that intentional look. Like it's like it's like they trying to be like, I wear black. You better be in the black soap, and you better. I'm gonna teach you about the motherland and all that. I'm like, well, you should have did that when people was in Kenya and all that. Everybody was down there and do that down there. But like you trying to bring that shit in modern times already. But you trying to remind us of something we already knew. Like, you should have stayed down there, you know, when Kizzy and Chicken George and them was down there with that shit. Did it down that time. But I'm just trying to say, like, that shit kind of, like, you know, that shit is kind of dead too. Like, you know, walking up the street. Yeah, you walking up the street with the dashiki on, and you trying to make that shit sexy. You know? Like,
you know.
I'm like, bitch, you'll never turn me on with a dashiki. You know.
And then, you know, all this is crazy though, especially like, you know, with the whole Instagram, you know, and whatnot, you know, and then, you know, my only fans for my fans only, you know, and they, you know, selling access to this.
Well, my fans only is the excess. Some of them ain't doing shit but what they was doing on the front page. It ain't really no back page to see nothing. It was just that you told me you going to another back page to see more of what you've been doing.
Right.
Like, you ain't back there doing nothing else more than what you was doing in the first. So it's like a trick. So it's like they calling you to go back there, but there's nothing happening at all.
It just, you know, trying to get you to pay for some access.
Well, it's like when you go to strip club, they say you come in the boom boom room. Ain't nothing more in the boom boom room but the same shit that was out on the regular floor. So they dancing on you and grinding you on you a little more harder.
Right. They make you feel like you get this exclusiveness because you're away from everybody else. So it's so exclusive.
And you could have stayed outside and did that. You could have rubbed on me more out here with the people. Like, you took me behind a curtain to do like some shit that just you could have did out in the front.
That you could apply
like,
a little more pressure to it.
Yeah, what was the reason for these curtains? Like, what was the reason for curtains? You ain't doing nothing. Like, it wasn't no reason for them. Like,
just the illusion. Sold you a whole illusion.
Yeah, you showed me an illusion
that you special.
Yeah, you showed me a whole illusion. Yeah, but I you know, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, for my life of watching dances and stuff, I was before a lot of rappers. I mean, even before a lot of these rap niggas, I was going to Rolex and all the strip clubs. I was going to the strip clubs in Houston when I was on the tour Black Elvis. I was going to. I was going to Rolex and all the clubs. In Detroit, 8 Mile. I was going to all the strip clubs, Magic City. Before all that stuff even got trendy and popular, I was going to Magic City, Rolex. I used to pull chicks out the strip clubs. That's when it was cool. They come to me to my hotel and I take pictures and everything. I had a way where I used to pull girls out the strip clubs and they just break out. Like, I had more of my own time after that. Like, they just was, because they be there bored sometimes. It'd be slow. Like a lot of people would never know. Like, a lot of nights I would come through Florida on my tour bus and go to Rolex and I go to Coco's, I hit all them clubs.
And they be in there bored sometimes and...
Yeah, they be in there bored, and they be like, I want to leave, and I pay their tip out. They be like, yeah, well, I'm going to pay the DJ out. I'm going to pay my cash out. But, it was just, I got to see, I got to see a lot of those places. Like, I hit Goosebumps. I hit, Magic City wasn't even popular when I was going out to strip clubs. Like, that shit got popular, like, later on. Like, them shits was, like, a lot of them clubs was still, like, on the rise. So
okay.
I've done it and did all kinds of things, but I got to witness all kinds of different things, the fakeness, like a girl could be with you all night, and then when some new motherfucker come in, she'd be like, I'm gonna see you later, okay? And you be like, this bitch is phony. Like, this be like a whole nother guy. Like, about 2 or 3 hours later, you'd be like, they transfer their whole personality over to another person, you be like, okay. And it wasn't that I ran out of money. You just be like, well, I'm gonna test this person. Like, you might stop dancing for a while and be like, I'm gonna chill and like drink some champagne, but you can see the person transfer their whole personality over. Like, and they won't even know you. Like, the respectfulness, they won't even know you. Like, to say, oh, I seen you earlier. How you doing? You still good? They still were going to a cold transfer over to another motherfucker's personality.
Like, you don't even you didn't even exist in the beginning.
And then you got like, you got a lot of. That's why I did that track called Strip Club Husband. You got a lot of niggas that be in the clubs. They turn into a husband.
Okay.
Like, they are like he's a husband in the strip club. Like, he's not her husband out the club. He's not her husband nowhere else. At the mall, he don't take out. Just when he gets to the club, he becomes like a strip club husband. He's like the husband. He's sitting there talking close in her ears all night, like the whole night. He like her. He don't talk to no other girls. It could be 50 girls there. He got like one girl, and he's like a husband guy. Like, he's a husband. And if you talk to her, it's more like he looking at you like, that's my wife. But you be like, that's not your wife. It's the girl that dance in the club that you just come see every night, that you didn't claim your wife in the club. Your real wife is home, but you got a strip club wife. So it's like
because that's crazy, because I see that in the workplace. At the place I work,
that shit is crazy.
She has the guy that she'll sit with during the breaks and lunch period, and they'll sit there.
He's the job husband.
Like like they're in a real relationship. And then
he's the job husband.
She jets and get in the car with her real guy.
Well, like you said, I've seen so many things with a lot of women in general, like even down in New York, like, like a chick will pass a nice dude with a briefcase and a suit on, and the bitch will be ahead of him. Like, she'll pass him, like, and suck her teeth and roll her eyes. And then you walk, like, down the block, about 2 blocks, the bitch is talking to, like, the nigga who sell peanuts from the stand, like, having a real conversation. Like, give me your number, then write your number down. You be like, hold up, like, this shit is real off right now. Like, I've seen that shit all the time. And then she'll pass another person of caliber, and you'll see her talking to like the garbage man or something, like another nigga like not even a real sanitation worker, but like a nigga like just putting like, hefty bags in the trash or something. You'd be like, like you said, it's crazy. Like, they'll pass. The bitches out here pass, like, they'll pass Sammy Sosa and walk down the block and talk to, like a janitor. And they could be standing there with, like, all kinds of wrenches and buckets and shit. And she'd be, like, giving them, like, a full conversation, like, so what's your number and stuff? Yeah, well, call me tonight. He's seeing a nigga with buckets. He's seeing a nigga with buckets and all kinds of shit, like, his rag hanging out his ass and everything, dirt. An
interesting story.
That shit crazy. Huh?
He might have an interesting story.
But you seen her diss the dude. Like, but nah, the point I'm making is you seen her diss the previous guy, like the guy that was talking like a nigga with a briefcase and with a child coming out of the building, and she was like she kept walking. But later on, he doesn't. Like, I'm saying he doesn't know. He doesn't know because he kept walking and getting whatever his limo or Bentley and drove off. But I'm behind her walking,
and you see all.
So I walk 2 blocks. I say, she don't assume. She just assumes she dissed the business dude who got in the car to tie on. Right. Nice, whatever, good-looking black guy or something. And then she walks down the block, and you be seeing her talking to like a Gargamel-looking motherfucker, like with a full conversation, laughing and talking. But when she passed this dude, she was like looking like her day was real bad and everything. Like her day was so bad, and No nigga can talk to me. I got the mean frog face today. Like nobody say shit to me. But then you walk like 2 blocks down, like you see her talking to like some nigga like with grease all on his pants and like having the full conversation too. Like put your number in my phone. And like I'm like I see that shit all the time. And I know it's like I don't know if Chicago and other cities are like that. I know it's like women like somebody compatible.
Yeah, that
like if your man is a nigga that go around hardware stores stealing screws, you could do the same thing. Like you're a female that steals screws. Like you steal screws along with him, so y'all are the screwette. You got a screwette. You got a screwette.
The screw
If y'all smoke crack together, you got a crack and a crackette. Like I know that New York is definitely like that. You got like a lot of chicks go with a lot of these dudes in the shelter. Like they want their little boyfriend in the shelter, but they're in the shelter with them. But they like that relationship. Like you are perfectly balanced. Like they wouldn't really get with nobody on an unbalanced because it doesn't match. Like it's like a nigga
like
that like.
Is it the danger aspect of it or the?
You got a lot of niggas too, like girls that like to go out with somebody that is living like a dangerous life. Like my man, they always shooting at my man, but really they don't know that you could be in the car with that motherfucker and get shot. But
right.
I'm talking about their mind. Their mind is they always be with like, I bust guns for my man. Like they like and it's like the same shit. Like you can have a stolen credit card. You got a man who charge up fur coats. She charge up furs with you. Like they like a lot like a criminal and a criminette. Like it's the same shit. Like they want to be like Bonnie. It's all kinds of Bonnie and Clyde, but it's different kinds. This some is the lowest text. Like a nigga that come on and steal batteries out your car. And half the time you bust a nigga tonight stealing the battery out your car. I bet you he got a bitch holding the flashlight.
Yeah, because it was this couple of days ago they was talking about how this guy got pushed on the train tracks.
Yeah.
And it was 2 guys and a chick with him. So it's like, yeah, who the fuck? You know what I mean? I can see dudes doing this shit, but women? So now you want to be with this guy who goes around pushing people on the train tracks.
Yeah, I'm just saying the same shit. Bitches that go steal electronic, they go to nigga that do the same thing. Like it's no, like they don't. It's no compatible. That's why, like you said, the world is all compatible. Like
so, like I go
even
to work
do this time.
Day.
Yeah,
I go to work every day, and so I wouldn't be compatible with a chick who's used to a guy sticking people up.
Nah.
I wouldn't even have a chance.
Nah, you gotta be like in her whole essence, her whole shit. Like, you got a lot of people, they just have kids together. People that just eat together. They get fat together. They be like, we both go to fucking Golden Corral together all the time. We just beastie. We just eat together. We go to fucking Red Lobster together. It's just compatibleness. Like people, they don't want no nigga. Like I've seen bitches get on the train and smell clean cologne and get off the train because it's too clean. Like it's like you said, some chicks be with a dirty nigga. They want a dirty dude. They'll be with a dirty guy too. Like they figure like he's too clean for me. I ever had girls say that too. Like, oh, he's too clean for me. I like a man with a little muscle on him. I'm like, you a nasty bitch. That's why your shit be stinking, I guess.
I've heard that. And I thought I was.
I'm like, that's why your shit.
Because I was at work and the lady was like, I like my man sweaty and musty. And I thought she was.
I heard that a lot too.
I thought she was just bugging. I thought she was just like.
Nah, I heard that. Now you right about that. You right about that. I heard that a lot too. Like I think it's being too clean. It's too clean. It's too clean.
So like a lot of them used to those jail niggas who smell like jail.
Yeah. Because I remember one time, my mother used to always tell me one time. She used to be like, watch a stinky woman that always viewed a stinky man. Like she was saying that was like a thing. Like, you know.
Uh-huh.
But they do that. They do a lot like that. Like
I thought
you
that was
know, a bitch is compatible. Bitch is compatible with a nigga like that don't take a bath. Like she be like, I don't take a bath either. Like if you don't got nothing in common, you be with a motherfucker that don't take a bath and you don't take a bath. That's double. So like you said, people like to feel the same way. Like you said, they go to the welfare together. They do a lot of stuff together. It's cool to be together with some stuff, but somebody gotta have like an odd type of personality. Like, yo, baby, I'm gonna buy some soap. Like, and, okay, we was compatible because we didn't buy soap. Like, you know,
Right.
you can't have two and two together. So you got that too. That's what you got a lot too. And you know, then you got the chick who, you know, she go to nigga, and then she got to always tell you like, my man is crazy. He'll kill me. I'm
Yeah.
like, why would you go with a motherfucker like that?
Right.
You know who's the number one chick to go with people like that? Spanish people. They love to tell you, my
Yeah.
man, he'll kill me. My boobies, he'll kill me. I'm like, why do you go with a killing motherfucker
Fuck
then?
right.
Like, why you date somebody that's killing you? Like,
Somebody
my
actually.
man, he beats me. He'll kill me. And he will kill. And half of the time, you be seeing stories. They do that. They be doing
Right.
that, though. Like, you
You,
know,
you,
like a Spanish person really can't. I thought the girls was, but the guys can't get over the relationship. Like, you just let the chick go. Like, yo, you just break up with the woman. That's it. But they have a problem with like
letting
they have a problem with letting the girl go. They like so obsessed
right.
till it's out of the range. Till it's like they'll kill themselves in the girl. But the girl seems so amazed. Like,
That he'll do that.
I like him. He loves me so much that he wants to kill me. I'm like, bitch, he might kill you. I'm like, oh, my boyfriend, don't talk to me, Poppy. He might kill me. My man to kill me. I'm like, you like going home to the motherfucker like that, then?
Right.
Like, what makes you want to come from a club and put your key in the door? You deserve to be killed, bitch. Because you know why? Your mind tells you, oh, my man to kill me. He wants to kill me. He's ready to kill me all the time. Like, I'm like, why do you? What's the shit about that? Like, what's the
Right.
adrenaline?
And that's
What's
crazy. That's crazy, Keith, because somebody actually told me that, like, you know, my man, you too nice. My man is crazy. I like him crazy, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. She said, "My man loves me. He loves me." And then you go out. I went out on dates, and I have a girl with me, and then she have a friend. She be like, "I gotta get home because he's about to bug out. He's getting jealous, and he's gonna kill me." I don't know because I don't know. He's always talking about killing me. Bitch, you don't need a person like that, man. Like, you go home, he's killing you. Like, get over it. Like, get over it. Just get the fuck over it. Like, get over the shit. Like, they can't get over it. Like, if he can't have me, he'll kill me.
yeah, and that's that's the crazy shit. That
But
brings out that
that's always
excitement.
in the.
It brings out
Is
that
that out there?
excitement.
That's only in the Spanish. That's like in the
No,
Spanish
the the,
lane.
the 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 chick who told me was black, and her guy was
Oh yeah,
black.
well they got that too. But blacks is more. They're like blacks is more abusive. They rather live in a relationship where like they come out wearing big sunglasses with black eyes, and
Oh,
they
they
still go back and see the guy the next day. Like they still hang with the guy. Like Tony gave him a black
I
eye, and
can't
then they
stand
got
his
like a big
ass.
ass black eye, and they be like, I hate him, but they still eating together. Like you still going to like. The bitch is still going to,
The parties, the barbecues and shit.
yeah, the bitch still going to the barbecue in the yard with a black eye, like turning over hamburgers. But you like,
You fixing a
this
plate
nigga done
for
gave you a big Chuck Wepner eye, like fucking a boxer, like your eyeball swole up, like you fought a big heavyweight fight. Your shit hanging, but you like, yeah, but I work it out with him. Like they still go back to
to
it.
that.
Like the nigga gave him
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Jerry Quarry eye. You know,
Like, and that's and they
hmm?
cool with that. And it's like, This is
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
this
but
is part of the
they just put on
romance.
glasses and carry their Versace bag. But you be asking her like, "What's wrong with you? Take your glasses off." No, no, it's nothing. They don't even want to talk about it. They like just be like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just nothing." You be like, "Bitch, your eye big as a fucking hockey puck."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, cause you know that's like the mark of the badge of his love towards. That's his commitment. That's
Well, what happened was, a lot of people obsessed by, you know, a lot of people are obsessed by how wild a person is too. Some people got bad attractions. They be like, "Oh, he's wild," but later on, when they have their black eyes and stuff, it ain't so wild. They be like, "Damn, I liked the wildness, but then that shit got
mm,
overboard." They want more them to wild out on other people. Like they be like, they want to use that as like, I get my man to do that to you. I get my man on this person. I get my man on that. Like they got a pit bull, but then when the person turn, like when he turn and give you black eyes and all that shit,
mm,
it's like it's different. It's like now you got black eyes. The pit bull you've been trying to put on everybody. You've been sicking your man on everybody out. Now you got black eyes. So that's what happens with that scenario.
so it's just a whole big game. Has a whole big that shit's just fucked up. I don't even know what to call it.
Which one? Which one?
Any of that, the black eyes, you accept the black eyes and then you go back and make the burgers, fix the plate, and and have sex.
There's another one. Like, yeah, he beat you. You got beat up to death. Now you have sex.
And it's like
You got beat. You got beat. You
I
got
can't
beat
get
up.
my
All you got beat up. You got beat up almost to death. Then you have sex.
right because I can't have an orgasm unless he smacked me up. In
Yeah,
order for
yeah,
me to have
yeah,
an
yeah.
orgasm, he got to smack me up.
Unless you got a girl that be like, I get turned on when the man beat my ass. I just get more wetter, and once he beat my ass, once I get two black eyes, I'm ready to come.
Right, he choked me and I got to get choked and and I'm ready to suck his
Yeah,
dick.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That shit
Give me,
crazy.
yeah,
Keep that shit crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Or
All you gotta do is knock my. You can knock my teeth out, and he's ready to fuck me in the butt. That's what they probably be saying.
yeah, somebody told me what that she the guy put the gun to her head and she just got so
Right.
excited, and it's like what the
He going like,
fuck.
yeah. My man beat me up, and he gave me a black eye, and then he just pissed on my black eye and just kept fucking me.
All kind of shit that and I'm
Yeah.
like, but you don't want a dude that's gonna treat you right. You want somebody that's gonna treat you to the lowest common denominator.
But the only thing about the bad part about that stuff
Uh-huh.
is like you got people in your family, like you got your daughter,
Hmm.
even me. I got daughters and stuff, but
Yeah, I got daughters.
I don't be wanting to hear. I wouldn't want to hear them stories. Like I don't know it's on the outer world, but those niggas be doing that. Like you said,
Hmm.
motherfuckers be trying to do all that shit, but the shit is
Right,
wrong though. Like you
right.
said, just get over it. Walk out the relationship. Don't be
Yeah,
like
that
you
was
ain't gotta stand. You ain't gotta stay in the relationship. Just walk out the relationship. Like
right, right,
you ain't gotta beat the bitch up and murder the person or something like that.
right.
Like
You scared
because
of
I
being
don't want
alone.
you wouldn't want that to happen to somebody in your family either.
Right,
Nobody.
right.
But
So yeah, I
them
learned.
motherfuckers need to walk.
Yeah, I had to learn that. Just walk away from shit.
Yeah,
Fucking somebody before me, you gonna fuck somebody after me. So
yeah.
me worrying about
Yeah,
what
I'll
you
just
gonna
get a
do.
new girl. Like, get a new girl. Like, you fall in love with the one girl and you go crazy. You want to kill yourself. And then them dumbass niggas be doing dumb shit, too. Like, they'll kill the bitch, kill the baby, and kill themselves. Like, you
Yeah,
dumb motherfucker. Like, nobody's doing that shit. Like,
right,
that's the
right.
most
Like
dumbest shit.
shit.
Like, you want to take the shit out on, like, just other shit. Like,
Well, you
you
sitting in
know,
jail forever because you didn't, you done killed
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
over your.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, you
why,
sitting in jail.
I have to.
But like you
I
said, a
try to
lot of
teach
that
that to
shit is
my
like,
sons and daughters. Like
yeah, it's like a lot of these bitches too. a lot of these chicks, man, they sniffing cocaine and taking the pills. Even the young girls, I think, you know, a lot of the young chicks, they taking the pills and all that. Like, it's cool, but you know, you all drunk all the time on pills, and you know, and all that is just, that shit is whack. Like, you know, even girls who you know, drink beer and all that.
Okay.
That shit is like a turn off to me. Like, I mean, I don't like chicks really drinking beer like that. Like, it's like, you know, you see a lot of the girls sometimes they got beers.
Okay.
You might not see, you see a lot of the Caucasian women, they drink beer, but beer is good, but it don't, I don't see no woman with beer all the time. I think a woman's supposed to drink like red wine or champagne,
Oh,
like
it's
a
a mixed
woman,
drink.
all women.
A
Like, I just
cosmopolitan.
don't see women like, you know, you got black girls sometimes, they like Hennessy and stuff. That's cool, but then again, I like more women with like, they got like, they could drink like the champagne or like a wine.
Daiquiris.
Yeah, or wine, even that's cool. But
Okay.
beers all the time, like, you know,
Drinking it out the
I don't
bottle.
feel, I don't feel beers like when a chick like got a, you know, 6-pack of Heinekens and all that. I'm like, man, that shit is kind. It don't turn me on. Like, it just, it's like, it's like automatic turn off. Like, because beer
It
don't do
ain't really
nothing but
sexy.
well, beer don't only make a lot of women argue. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know, as you go on the road, I travel, like, you see different little bars around the country. Like, that's why they couldn't handle the bar closing with the connoisseurs, you know, coronavirus. It's just that the beer is just to have you just smelling like beer, cursing somebody out. Maybe you could stay your ass in the house while this is going on, because you can't really go out to curse nobody out with beer on your breath all night. Everybody want to have beer and drunk. Girls laying in front of the club, sitting down.
Right.
You know, that shit kind of helped a lot of people, because everybody's like, yeah, they sitting on curves in front of clubs, throwing up every night, beer, like. And you know, beer has no sexual ending to it. At least you could drink, like, you can meet a girl and drink maybe like some Moet, and y'all still have a romantic ending. Y'all might end up like something smooth. You know, y'all might end up doing something smoother, or going, you know, renting a room or going someplace. It has a destiny to it. But beer is just like, let's just keep getting another beer. Let's keep getting another beer. Let's just keep getting another beer till I'm throwing up. You know, it's funny. I had a lot of girls on tour, and I've seen bitches come to my room and they just throwing up in the toilet, sleeping with their head in the toilet, laying with their face in the toilet. I'm talking literally sleep for the night. Like you ever seen like a chick so drunk she has to sleep near the toilet? She's sleeping with her face down on the toilet because she literally got to throw up all through the night. So she sleeps with her head on the rim of the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, that's what
disgustingest thing.
That's what made me really good, huh?
I said, I'm sorry. That's one of the most disgusting things ever.
Man, I've seen so many beer adventures, man. People, I mean, girls slept in the front of my room door like a man for beer. Like, they can't handle beer. I'm like, man, this shit is, you know, around the world, you know, we have a big alcoholic problem. You know, people live by beer. They live by beer. Beer is good, but people over-abuse it. They over-abuse it.
So you don't really indulge in drinking?
No, I drink champagne.
Okay.
I drink champagne. I like champagne.
But if you give a woman champagne,
like, I drink a lot of champagne. Like, I drink champagne and different kinds of champagnes. I like, you know, I get a buzz off of some dope champagnes. Different. I don't care if it's Moet. It could be Bel Air. It could be, you know, it could be all kinds of different champagne, Clico, you know, all kinds. I mean, you know, I just think the elegance of a woman like beer sometimes, it don't really get you riled, it gets you meaner. It just makes you mad. It's not.
It bring out that aggressiveness.
It blows you. But some people drink beer, like you might drink beer yourself. Some people drink like They drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. They drink a beer like a mile away. You know, when they get off work, they drink a
Yeah.
Corona with a lime in it. That's cool. But when when some people drinking beer to get drunk, like they drinking like you got a
24
6 pack of
case.
like the 24 case pack of like just whatever they call it, what
The
Napa,
Heinekens.
Nap. Yeah, like you just drinking that shit like water and cracking another one. It's like
You know,
you're not working your way to nothing.
right? It's
You're
just
not
a,
working your.
it's just a, you just indulging. You ain't really,
You're just indulging, like you're drunk and somebody got to walk you to your cab and
yeah.
all that shit.
Then you
Like
belligerent and
yeah,
you want to fight. You want to cuss everybody out.
yeah.
Then
I
pissed
noticed
on
that too. Like
yourself.
and beer, yep, pissed on yourself. And beer don't make you really. Beer don't make you really. Beer don't make you
Beer ain't
have no
sexy.
ending either. Cause I had I remember even touring. Girls were they always had another party to go to and another party to go to after
Mm,
another party. Like on the same night, you'd be like, beer should have an ending somewhere. Like,
right.
okay, I just did a show. Okay, I went over to another after hour. And then you got another after hour after that, and then you got another after hour, and then you want to go to some more friends' house, like damn near turning into the morning. Then they got beers, and
Right.
you want to keep beering it to like from 10 o'clock that night to 12 the next day. Beer,
Nah.
like
It's
at some point, it's gotten unsexy.
right. So drinking champagne, that's a little bit you going. If you drinking champagne with a woman, is
Well, sex, yeah, it's
it's a
supposed to be
sexy
like it got
thing.
an
It's a
ending to it.
right. It has that of the elegance of you know
Yeah.
of going leading to the bedroom in a sense.
Yeah. It has some more other. It has a significance to it. Like even wine, it's just
Yeah.
like you know,
Like
you don't see like the person that drink that you don't see them hopping all night. They might hop one or two spots, but they
mhm,
going somewhere else after that.
right.
But are they going home and you going home and just laying in bed? But nobody's going to just drink like 6 packs and 6 packs and 6 packs until you run out and go get more and go to
Yeah.
another place and your boys
Yeah.
after
I've seen
hour and
that.
go
Yeah.
over. Huh?
I've seen that way, you didn't grab the six
But
pack.
to me, but to you, they
And
looking at you like this is. To you, they looking at you like this is a great night,
right, and you
and
be
they
like,
saying, "Are you having fun?" You be like, "No, I'm not having fun."
man, she ain't
Seeing you
going
drink
nowhere
like
because you're going to get another.
20,000 beers all night, this shit is getting to be a turn off. I'm gonna tell you that because you done went to like 4 or 5 parties that's doing the same shit.
Right, and
Everybody
then
fucking beer in their hand, and they're drinking more beers. And you want to take me to another spot where it's
drink
more
more
and more
beers.
beers.
You know,
Yes,
yeah,
that shit don't get. That shit ain't nothing. That shit don't phase me, huh?
yeah, and that shit is crazy because you start off with a six pack, and then we out of beer, so then you make another run to another store spot, then you about a 24, and then you
That shit
looking
is
at that
crazy.
like okay,
And then in
let's
the morning they tell you I'm tired. They'll be like I'm tired. And then if you do end up in something, it's like 12 in the daytime. She smell like beer, and she don't even remember having sex with you or something. You
right
be like,
beer and vomit,
did we do something? I remember. I stumbled over you, and
but
I think I sucked your cock, didn't I?
but
Like
see
you
right,
be
and
like,
then that when the danger
you be like,
comes in,
you be like,
that's when
yeah,
the danger
you be
comes
like,
in, because now she
yeah.
might
But
be
the
feeling a
point is,
different way.
the point is that you don't really know, like the brain is like she looking at it more, and
Uh-huh.
like some of those like certain girls, they want to make it more like a mistake, like
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you had the
yeah.
peanut butter, that commercial when you drop the peanut butter on the floor
Right.
and the guy dropped the chocolate, like, ooh, you got your peanut butter in the chocolate. So it's like they want to have sex more like, yeah, I'm drunk now. What you doing? Like, I'm in my bed. Like, you like, it's like accident sex or something. You like, you done drunk all these beers. This ain't a real sex.
You
This is
stuck
like
your chocolate in my
necrophilia or
peanut
something.
butter.
This is like fucking necrophilia because
Right.
I'm fucking you with you done drunk like 800 6-packs, but
Right. You don't.
I'm having sex with the. I'm really having sex with the 6-pack.
Right.
This ain't you. This ain't your body.
Right. You don't put in all this work and she don't remember shit, and now you
And
still
they
sitting there like, damn.
and then they going like, and then they look, they might push you off and going, hold up, stop. Hold up, stop. I want to get. I want. Hold up, stop. I said, fucking stop. Especially white chicks, and they be like, I want to get another beer. You know.
Like, what the fuck is this?
You be like, man, this is whack.
Right. I don't waste it. I wasted
Yeah.
time and money
I
and
get it.
energy.
Huh?
You don't waste the time, money, and energy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gotta like you said. It's a long. I seen that in my career a lot of nights. Like, just that alcohol travels from. Like you said, that's how things really spread too. I've really seen that go that way. Like all that stuff becomes another party into another party. You even went to like 7 parties in the one night and came in contact with anybody that got germs anywhere. Like you didn't went to, and then there's other shit that you got to go past from the beer. You through them different parties, you gonna meet cocaine. And people gonna offer you, hey, you want to do a line? You want to bump a line? Like, I remember after my music shows and I used to play different clubs and arenas. I used to notice that the after effect of even if you didn't go to your room, or some nights I took a chance because the new guys are young, they'll take that chance. Like the chances I took was more like, let me go to all these parties that these beer drinkers are insisting on going. Right? I go, it becomes like full-fledged beer party. They might say, oh, come over here, let's go to another person. They got it popping over there. You go over there, it's a beer party. And then that person will be saying, oh, come on, I'll take you to an even hyper spot. We going over to a beer party. It's another beer party.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's another beer party. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole nother party. So and then as that go by, it's like cocaine, then it's pills, and then there's another guy. You go to his house, he's going, hey, it's another. This is the 8th after party of the night. It's cocaine. He got beer. He got pills. And you like, man, if I did all this shit and took all this shit to the morning and night and kept going through all these houses, I'll be dead.
Right.
That's why you see a lot of those rock stars, man. You hear them stories. They overdose. They went to a lot of them parties, man. Like a lot of them dudes went to a lot of them parties.
It just became just
like
this.
them parties are never ending, and they get dangerous and dangerous. Like when you're new in the industry, when you're a rookie in the industry, it's so infatuating. Like you feel like a star. I'm going to all these parties, and I got these girls escort me to all these extra parties for the night, and it's a party after a party, and it's about beer, but it leads into beer, and then it goes into beer again, and another spot with beer, and then it's cocaine start coming in, and then the pills, and then everybody got, it leads into like a bad path, like.
Because, you talk about, okay, I can't drink no more beer, then somebody say, hey, I got this Coke.
Yeah. Then it's like, after a while, you sit with a girl that was drinking beer all night. Then she's talking about she in there like got some paper crushing it. You want to do a line? Like
just come out of nowhere with it.
Oh shit! Like I don't want to do no line. Like I got tired of seeing you drinking beer all fucking night. Now you want to pull out some lines. Like you want to do a line? I've seen that shit many a times. Like and that's what these, like you said, a lot of these rookies ain't prepared for that shit.
And then they don't want to be looked at. They said all this shit in their records, so now they don't want to be looked at as like, I thought you was the party dude.
Oh yeah. That's what you get too. Like your pressures come in, your peer pressures get fought. Like not you, not Dr. Octagon, not Keith. Oh, you don't do lines. You don't
But
want a line.
like you
And
make
come
these
on,
records.
and then the worst part about it, some of them try to force you like a baby. You know, you trying to give a
Uh-huh.
baby his food.
Uh-huh.
They trying, come on, hold your nose, come on. I'm like, bitch, get that shit out my face.
And they
Like, I
get
don't
offended,
sniff
don't
that
they?
shit.
They get real offended,
Yeah,
don't
they be
they?
like, they get really mad. Like, well, like, oh, I thought you do. Like, come on, you know, everybody's looking at you. Like, you make everybody feel bad. Like, all the, might be a couple fans in the house. They looking like, oh, you don't like my cocaine. Like,
Like you,
no, motherfucker, get that out my face. Like,
like
get
you
that shit
made
out my face.
half shark. Why you ain't doing this coke?
Man, I'd be like, man, because I'd be like, I don't even know what that is. Then suppose you take it and kill yourself, overdose. You on the news, you on the
Right.
news tomorrow.
And they go back to work.
Rapper Kool Keith killed himself, overdosed, and he was in tech. He was in tech. He was over in Omaha. He killed himself and hanging out with some people. They say he went from beer house to beer house, and one thing led to another, and then he got by some bad coke, and that was it. And they overdosed. It is official. Kool Keith is officially dead.
Right.
Died in Omaha of overdose. That's how you hear that shit all the time. These
Right.
motherfuckers be going out on the whim.
Right.
That shit don't impress. It don't impress me no more because I've been on the I've been on the road before and seen this shit so many times. Like,
Okay.
you dudes don't got the experience with all this stuff that's been experiences.
And
It's all an experience.
and they can't handle that. They don't want to be looked at as, oh, you weak.
And then
You said this stuff
he's
on
a
the
sucker. He's
records.
a buster.
You said this stuff on the
I don't
records,
even give a fuck.
okay, I'll take a hit. I'll take a hit. Next thing you know,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
in
yeah,
they in
yeah,
a
yeah,
coma
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. And they laughing.
Yeah.
And they be laughing at that shit. Like, it's funny. Like, hey, Keith got some, we gave him something, but he
went
started
crazy.
freaking out. And bubbles started coming out his nose and mouth and shit. That's why I don't advise that shit to nobody. That's why, but the thing about it starts from beer.
Right. So, you get full on some beer and then you're like, you know what? I can't do no more beer. Then hey, guess what I got? You like, what do you got?
Yeah, that shit get crazy.
This coke can help you come down off that beer high.
Yeah, they got a lot. They got too much going on. Like, I mean, like you said. But now that shit made me really do my show. I do my show and I come back to I go back to the room. I just don't got no time no more. Like, I found out I took a couple of those adventure runs as a rookie. He was bad about it too. That's what the rookies are going through. They're not going back to their room after the show. They experiencing the limelight and like, hey, dude, come on, I'm gonna take you some places after you you get off stage. Oh yeah, I got some people want to see you. I got some girls, and the girls are gonna show you. We're gonna go a lot of places, and we're not gonna go to your room and get you some rest so you can get up tomorrow. They gonna take you somewhere where it's like you're gonna go on this big rendezvous. You're gonna go on a big beer rendezvous and liquor, and then that about the third or fourth party, that cocaine shit gonna start coming out.
It creep out, and then you someplace different, and you really now you out there with them, and you don't really be like, hey, I need you to take me, because now you scared that if I say I want to go home, is they gonna rob me?
Yeah. And really, they think you gonna cat out the whole circle of just being the most highest person. They want to say, I got high with such and such celebrity last night. I got high. Me and him, he rolled with us we went to 7 houses last night. I was with him. I got pictures. We were together and we did everything. We knocked out 30 beers. We did 5 grams of coke all night. We smoked blunts. We went through the whole night. Like, but how your body supposed to feel?
Yeah, because I noticed like that last show you hit here in Chicago, when we was back behind the stage, you didn't drink.
No. Well, like you said, I've been through the party life, so me doing a show is more like I done seen that. But like you said, the new guy, he got to see that, like, to be complete. Like, all that shit is the showboat. Like let's show him around the city and give him all the drinks for free he wants. You know, I've done that in cities and city tech. Even when I first got to Europe, you know, I was going to bar to bar, and you know, you seen like loose ends out there and Carl McIntosh, and you see people, but that's what it's about. Like when you first get somewhere, people want to take you first to introduce you to liquor everywhere, bottles and beer, and mostly beer. But like after a while, somebody gonna start pulling out powder. Like they start pulling out powder, and a couple of people like start crushing. They want to get used to you. They like, okay, you done drunk 500 cases of beer with me tonight. It's comfortable for me to bring my rocks out.
Right. So
you
now
know, you start seeing motherfuckers.
Like it's
the motherfuckers hang with you all day. He's starting to crush rocks and slurp them off a record cover with a straw. You like, this nigga ain't look like he do none of this.
Right, and then it's like a little test, right? Cause it's like, you know, he drunk all these beers. He done drank the hard liquor. What else can? Okay, let's bring out the Coke. Cause even when I was back, even that show back, you know, in last year in Chicago when you was here, it was some other shit going on, and I was like, because it was a couple of people, they had some other shit other than beer, and dude asked me, and I was like, huh? What in the conversation I had with you that made you think that I do this shit?
I know.
Like, what made you think?
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck make you think I do this shit? You know what I'm thinking?
Oh, you remember that, huh?
Uh-huh. Cause I'm looking like, you know, I was sitting there talking to dude, and he like, you know, kind of sketchy. He looking around like, yeah, like he was trying to find the right moment to introduce this into the conversation.
To me. He offered you something too?
Yeah. So
it's just that people are just funny. Like they like you said, they get comfortable and then they want to take you on the little runs and
I'm
they say, you know.
I'm not saying no names, but I'm surprised.
I got a lot of fans. I got a lot of fans that at the shows they got a little extra. They got an extra little bump in the trunk. I'm like, I don't really need it, but I'm just saying, I didn't witness this so much because the shit is so redundant now. Like even girls, I'm like, you know, shit is crazy. You know, a lot of chicks out here, they sniffing coke, and it don't look sexy though.
No, it ain't, and it's just the fact that it's like, are you doing this because this is something that you actually do, or is it something that you trying to play a part in being this scene? You want to be part of this scene, and I'm just like, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. You know, because I remember when I first started doing radio, and we had left the radio station and went down to one of these college houses, you know, just hanging out, you know, with one of the other DJs. And and the guy, he was like, you know, hey, I got some crack in my room. Y'all want to smoke some crack? And I'm looking like, what the fuck? These white kids, you know? And I'm like, you know, in my hood, I'm looking like, motherfucker smoking crack is not the move.
I know the drug shit, like it's real hot.
And so
because they said the Black Elvis tour bus. Everybody used to be. I go up in the back and go to sleep, and they got girls on the bus and like crushing rocks up in the front of the bus. I'm like, this shit don't even look right. Like this shit look crazy. Like I guess they think you're a rock star, but you can be a rock star without sniffing coke.
Right. So I mean,
they so used to, like, you know. I guess we supposed to be like Aerosmith, and you got to show, you know, I'm a real type of rock nigga. You know, I ain't rock if I don't do this coke shit. You know, this coke.
Right.
Coke is me, baby. I'm rock, and I'm Duran, baby. It's rock. Let me get a hit of that shit. Yeah, I'm rock, baby.
I'm living on the edge. I'm dangerous. I'm wild out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Them motherfuckers live that shit out, and they still doing it to this day. That's why you said a lot of people with what's going on now, they can't take it because they miss going to. All they gonna do is they wait. They can't wait to Clinton give the green light. I mean, Trump to give the green light so they can go from house to house with beer to beer and start all that stupid shit. Like start all that stupid shit over again.
And that's
So
the crazy
sometimes
shit.
these motherfuckers should be happy. Like really, it was more of a detox for them.
Yeah, and you take that and clean up a little and focus because some of these
Nah,
motherfuckers, it's bad. Some of these,
nah, it was a detox.
yeah, So like a lot of these cats in Chicago, they get upset. I'm talking about the hip hoppers that, I can't drink my beer. They trying to take away my beer. They trying to take away my liquor.
Uh huh.
Why I can't get my
Uh-huh.
smoke.
Yeah, it's all about like you said. They're more worried about something smaller, but they still worry about the stuff that was just being killing them anyway. Beer every night. They still worry about beers.
Right,
Like
like
people.
I can't hang out with my guys and drink these beers. I don't want to drink these beers by myself.
Yeah, you saying people just going crazy over beers and stuff now. Like the average girls, they can't go get beers and stuff.
you
You
know,
can buy beer, but you saying they can't have it in a messed up moderation. Like they can't hit them little bars and have the
right,
cocaine in the back and all that.
right,
Like that's killing them. Like we can't snort. We can't snort right
right.
now.
I can't drop my acid. I can't drop my
Yeah,
pills.
yeah.
I don't want to
You
do it
said
by
they got a
myself.
you said they got like a repetitious routine that like this shit is like, come on, man. Every
So,
day,
like I got to call Keith up and we're gonna talk on the phone while I drink my beers and do my coke.
Yeah, yeah. These motherfuckers do that shit. Probably go to baseball games every night. Like I took my coat and then I buy my tickets to the baseball game and sit up here and my wife watched we watched the game every night. We watched the Cubs play every
Right.
night. We coked up. We sit in the
Hmm.
bleachers and coked up. They feel like that's the life. Like they can't.
Yeah.
They feel like they can't do that. Like, that's hard. Like damn, we can't do the game with coked up and looking at the ball in the air while we coked up, the top fly. That shit burns them up. Like it's all about a lot of shit. All about drugs.
Yeah.
All
It's
about drugs. It's all about them damn drugs. So that's what the life we live now. These
yeah.
motherfuckers, they can't wait to get out. They can't wait to get back into that shit.
Yeah. Definitely.
But
so
yeah,
so we're gonna end it here.
yeah.
And just a message to people out there, while you locked up in the house,
So
do
while you
some
locked up in the
moderation.
house, live in moderation. Do something.
Yeah.
Think of what you should have been doing.
Right.
Stop doing the shit you was always doing.
Right. And definitely, do something else. Perfect your
Yeah,
skills.
try. Cut grass. Or something.
If you can, just take you a little 10-minute walk
Cut
around the
grass.
block.
Yeah. Another thing too, we hope everybody, like don't let motherfuckers blow up because you be surprised. Motherfuckers gonna blame it on the virus. I got big like this because of the virus.
Do some push-ups while you in the house. Jumping
Yeah, yeah,
jacks.
yeah, yeah.
you
Yeah, we're
know.
gonna have a lot of BBWs being made or something.
you know, if you're gonna put on the weight, make sure you put it on in the right place.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
you know, if you're trying to, get that hourglass figure, now's the time to work out.
Yeah,
Cut back on
but
the food.
but but the gyms are closed, right? The gyms are closed.
Well, you can work out in your living room. Clear you some
That's
space.
what yeah. The gyms are closed.
Right. So, do some sit-ups, go in the basement, do some chin-ups off the pipes in the basement.
Yeah,
You
gyms closed.
If you in an apartment building, walk the stairs.
So you in the house right now? You and your wife in the house?
Yeah.
Okay, the kids ain't there. So you doing good? You doing good basically with the quarantine?
Yeah.
You're not getting.
No, I ain't
Yeah,
got.
you just feel some kind of you don't feel anxiety.
No, I ain't got no anxiety. I done, you know what? And I think this is, and it's not no diss to nobody, but maybe it is. But you got a lot of people who ain't strong minded.
Right.
So it's like, they feel like the walls closing in on them. They don't know what to do. They making all kind of crazy moves and shit.
You saying it's like you start looking at other things, reading books, you try to research stuff.
Do some research.
Watch movies.
Watch some movies. Pull out some
Right. You watch.
books.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
watch movies and stuff. Research books.
Yeah. Other stuff. Train your mind. I mean, you got one of the most advanced piece of technology in your hand. You can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can type in anything you want to know.
Yeah.
Number one producer. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Go masturbate. Bitch so wild, she masturbating with the iPhone and a pussy. RCA records say your pussy is real gushy. All the female rappers need to put on a G-string and sign with me. I'm Clive Davy, fuck you and your ass, baby. Tell the other girls how you came. I'm LL with the Kango, your girl sucking my dick with the JVC. Nightline with Dan Rather, I wear pajamas to ABC. Check cut by a company for porn called ADP. I'm so good my pubic hair can meet your weave. A top model, her titties with football knee pads on her knees. Sideburns grow in an old Cutlass Supreme. Your pregnant mom sucking my ass cause I look like Cleve. Cadillac so fly I could pull up in that ass crack. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Go masturbate.
Metropolis, the pussy need to breathe. Open your walls, I stand over you and release my seed. I'm a nasty vulture, I love period sex. You can take turns as my sperm burns. Hold that Metropolis dildo. Stretch you and your girl. Oh shit, that's type ill though. We can go over the budget. You can suck my dick in front of little kids and they parents out in public. I know you love playing with your walls, sucking your clip, peppermint tongue stuck to your tits. I have no respect. I honor just to make a white whore pussy wet. Can't stand black bitches with wigs, claiming they love a dick that's so big. We can break up. I'll fuck your mother and your makeup. Dish you cause you fingering yourself in the lace front. Thick incense in your asshole. You an ashtray. Size 3 waist from the ashtray. Metropolis known the great one. Like to watch Haitian whores that's overweight. 250 and better. Jelly rolls to the cream breaks. Masturbate to the fullest. The nut of Metropolis known comes out quick, so I pull it.
Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Masturbate. Masturbate, girl. Go masturbate.